At this juncture, we will do our segment that we call Open Mic, which is because we had invited one person who will ask questions to our Sinag ng Davao 2026. Let's all welcome first the Board of Director of Silangan Multipurpose Cooperative, family lawyer since 1998 up to the present, and of course, as usual, addict sa sports. Let's all welcome Attorney Blue Ventosa. Please raise your question.
Yes. Hi, Kadang Pancarlo. Hi, kompanyera. So, maganda na sana yung introduction pero sinabi yung taon kung kailan ako naging abogado. Mag-compute na yan sila ng edad ko. But anyway, hindi naman siguro, hindi sosobra sa waistline ko yung edad ko. And I'm very, very much excited and I'm glad to have the time to be with Carlo and our special guest, no? So we do this from time to time, and I think this is a very special occasion din kasi kompanyera ko nga, I'm very sabi ko itatanong ko, but may mga idea din naman ako because I made some little research on our Sinag. Ayan. Okay. So, would you want to start the ball rolling? Or
you would go on first with your question.
Sige. Do you want the difficult part or the easy part first?
Oh my God!
Sige. Magsimula siguro muna tayo sa yung tanong ko ng karamihan na, were you the first lawyer to join the pageant or meron na ding nakasunod sa'yo na nag-join ng mga lawyers na rin at the time na dito sa Mutya ng Davao natin?
Actually, attorney, when I first joined in 2024, I was informed that I was the first lawyer to join Mutya ng Davao talaga. So, I finished top 15 at that time. So, the following year in 2025, attorney Nikki Luista naman joined Mutya ng Davao.
And at the time that you joined last 2024, were you already connected with Napolcom or bagong lawyer ka lang talaga noon?
Actually, bagong lawyer po ako, but before I was with the Supreme Court of the Philippines, sa Office of the Deputy Court Administrator for Mindanao po ako.
So, dito kay Justice Leo Madra.
Yes,
so,
po.
where did you hold office then? Doon sa RTC or doon na sa yung bagong building doon sa may Ecolan?
Doon na po sa bagong building sa Ecolan, pagpasok ko.
That's nice. Oh, so, maganda rin palang background mo, no? And, do you think there was a pressure on you at that time na, oy, kani abogada, dapat mo daog yun kani abogada, dapat bright yun dapat maayo yun ihang tubag sa mga pangutana. Was there a little bit of pressure on your part being a lawyer when you joined Mutya?
Yes, actually, grabe ang pressure, attorney. Because when I first joined, hindi ko naman talaga yan inisip. Kaya I just want to do what I want at that time. Pero of course, nung nakasali na ako, yan ang first na marinig mo sa mga tao na feedback, di ba? So, always ko yan naririnig. So, grabe, nape-pressure na ako every time I go out na parang ganyan, na parang, there's a need to show off kasi nga lawyer daw, ganyan.
Yes.
So, I think that was my problem then when I joined the first time.
Okay. And fast forward, 2026, you were already part of the court. No? How challenging is it na to perform your duty as the Sinag of Davao?
Okay naman po. Actually, since very understanding ang City Tourism Office, they really take care naman of not just me, of us, of all the 5 of us. So, para sa akin, they're very considerate na knowing na I need to do my work talaga, Mondays to Fridays. But if I have time or on leave ako or other things, I make it up to them naman by really saying yes to all engagements na pwede naman talaga. Actually, personally, I don't say no as long as may available time talaga ako. Okay? I know it's a duty. So, kahit tired ka, kahit wala kang tulog or anything, you show up and you do well. Ganon.
And siguro yung iba nakakausap mo na rin, yung patapos na, although matagal pa naman, no? Pero darating din yan. Paano ba yung parang mamimiss mo or ano ba yung gusto mong ipatuloy or anong gusto mong legacy if ever that you will be turning over the reins to the 2027 Mutya Court?
Yes, actually, I'm very glad na natapos na yung meeting namin with Sir Will sa City Tourism Office kasi napag-usapan na talaga namin yung advocacy namin. So, we're planning to have a caravan. So, hindi pa ako makaka-divulge ng information, but hopefully, ma-startan na namin siya by August and tuloy-tuloy na para if ever magtapos na yung at if ever, kasi mangyayari naman talaga after mapass na yung
Dumating
crown, yes, tapos na ang rain. Since na-startan na, it would be easier to continue it kahit hindi ka na reigning queen. So, yun.
Yes, we have many reigning queens, di ba, Carlo? Like Hans Picho na active pa rin. And
Yes.
shout out pala kay Sir Will, no? Very, very supportive siya, no? Especially to us media, then to the candidates. Parang well accepted siya. And hopefully it will bode well for the tourism industry dito sa ating
Yes.
city of Davao and the environs. Kasi aside from the siguro the places, importante yung people.
Yes.
People like you and me, like as beautiful as you, no? So,
Panabuyag.
panabuyag. And ano kayang by the way, what's your advocacy nga for this SINAG ngayon?
Yes, it's called Batang May Boses program po. So it's focused more on legal literacy campaigns in schools and barangays. So I would talk about children's rights and their obligations as well. Kasi I've learned na hindi dapat rights lang ituro mo because children ngayon is very assertive na din naman, which is a
Yes.
good thing. So we should remind them of their limitations as well.
As we all know, being a lawyer and the Philippines being part of the international community, meron tayong mga human rights, mga international law like the rights of the child, that they have to play, that to a parent, no, safety, lang ganon. So, being a lawyer na anong masasabi mo ngayon? Medyo medyo touchy yung sa mga violence ng mga kabataan, no, doon sa saan ba yun, sa Tacloban, sa Cavite na may barilan, may nasaksak. How would you guide or educate our children, our minors right now on how to hindi naman siguro natin ma-eradicate yung violence but minimize or respect one another?
Yes, actually, it's a very sad thing talaga, no? Nung I first heard about it, grabe, sunod-sunod yung mga ganun na issues, ganun na news. So, that's one of the things na ma-focus din sa aking talk sa Batang May Boses program because I have said, actually, if you listen sa mga interviews din na naglabasan before, ang cause din, one of the causes kung bakit nagawa nila yun is bullying daw.
Yes,
so that's why I also focus on the causes. So bakit nagiging violent ang children? So hopefully, as I've said, na you don't just teach them their rights, kay assertive na nga sila ngayon, we also teach them the limitations, kay for them to know what's right and wrong then. Because as I have experience, kasi as you mentioned, sir, kay Hana, Mutia Hana, meron siyang pinapatuloy na advocacy. So, meron silang ginawa doon sa Padre Pios.
Okay.
So, na-invite din ako doon. So, nag-talk ako and meron kaming open portion na question and answer. And doon, nakita ko talaga na ang questions ng children is about violence, then about bullying. So, it's a good thing that you talk about these things para mag-guided sila. Kay they don't know na, they thought na, I'm entitled to this, I will do this, ganon. So, it's a good thing na napapag-usapan yan. So, that's one of the things na gina-goal namin sa aking advocacy din po.
Well said, no. I don't know if you are aware, Kadangpan Carlo and Kompanyera, di ba meron parang programa yung ating DSWD, yung parang tinuturuan yung parents how to be responsible parents. I just forgot the law and the program, but sa tingin mo kaya yung may pagkukulang din yung ibang parents natin kasi parang dysfunctional daw, hiwalay na, tapos ang parents pa ang pabadlong, no? So, do you think that we also have to educate the parents at the same time when we educate our youth and our children?
Yes, it's very important na guided talaga ang children ng kanilang parents kasi yan yung isa sa nakita namin na causes more on parang feeling ng children na napapabayaan sila, although kahit maintindihan naman talaga natin na busy talaga ang parent, but it does not mean na pabayaan lang ang children na kasi pinapasok sa school, bahala na ang teacher. So, one of the things na goal namin is during sa caravans, we also invite the parents for them to know as well, for them to guide their own children talaga. Kahit gaano tayo ka-busy, we really need to make time para i-discipline nating children, to make them feel important, para ang kanilang emotional well-being then is being taken care of talaga.
Yes, so we'll speak about more on some laws. No? Siguro, as a lawyer, you're also aware of the Safe Spaces Act
Yes.
and our anti-bullying law. Of course, yung luma natin, yung anti-sexual harassment law, Republic Act 7877 of 1995. So parang sinasabi kasi ng iba, parang kulang daw yung ating anti-bullying law kasi parang sa school-based lang. Yun naman ating Safe Spaces Act are confined to the workplace, to training and education. So parang dapat daw na parang comprehensive. Ano kaya sa tingin mo na pwede nating i-suggest sa Kongreso or kahit na hindi baguhin yung batas na pwede nating ma-implement more to further your advocacy yung mga para sa kabataan at sa minors?
Yes, actually, attorney, I believe na hindi naman lacking or ang ating laws. Sufficient naman siya. It's just that on the execution, on the implementation. Kasi nga, although ang anti-bullying is sa school, meron man tayong child abuse, which is applicable sa lahat naman talaga. So, I think one of the things talaga is information dissemination, and as to the execution talaga and implementation, okay, para ma-address itong mga concerns na ganyan.
Okay, can you cite examples or give us yung mga instances na kung saan lugar na kayo nakapunta and sino kasama nyo at ano ng mga activities or projects ang ongoing or natapos na so far?
Yung sa akin palang personally is yung na-try ko sa Padre Pius Home for the Children. So yun, napag-usapan namin ang rights of the children. Nag-touch din kami on anti-bullying, yan, Safe Spaces Act, napag-usapan din namin yan. And of course, legal counseling. And sa other things, more on, kasi ako, pro bono, yung mga lumalapit sa akin, ganyan, nakakausap ko, binibigyan ko talaga sila ng time, kahit online, kahit hindi personal, yan siya. As to ongoing projects pa, yan, we're planning na gawing school-to-school caravans and sa mga barangays na kahit hindi dito sa city lang, I mean sa downtown, lalabas din talaga kami. And somewhere, kahit malayo na, ngayon. So, yan, we're planning to do it.
Yeah, we know we have 182 barangays.
Yes.
And napakalaki ng Davao City. At meron pa tayong mga lugar na, yun, hindi pa nga na-register yung birth, wala internet, sunod, wala kayo yung mga education, wala healthcare. So, mas, I would really commend, no, na maantukan ninyo na.
Yes,
Then, maski makita lang nila ang, not only the beautiful faces like you and intelligent, ang kanang ma-feel nila ang kanang ang tabang, ang concerns sa atong syudad, sa atong government, okay, especially the children. I have a question, no, kaning sa ato ang pangilinan lo sa atong CICL, no, okay. Daghan man gud mag-unsa nga nagsulti nga dapat ba nating babaan kasi 'di ba ngayon that's 17 and below, 15, 16 and 17 kung may discernment, they have to face the cases, but before sa ating batas is 9 years old and below yung criminal liability. Although may civil liability yung ating mga parents. In your personal opinion, kailangan bang babaan natin itong mga threshold ng 15, 16, or 17? Balik tayo sa 9, 10, or 12? Or do we maintain those age but give more education and be more proactive, no? Na para ma-prevent siguro or ma-minimize itong mga resback, no? Itong mga ganyan na sabihin na lang, yung iba baka palusot na lang nila, kinabuli sila, pero meron talaga silang mga ibang mga ulterior motives, no? So, what's your take on that, Miss Sinag?
Actually, I'm open po with conducting studies na babaan ang threshold. Not naman para ikulong ang children, but yung threshold on without discernment and with discernment. Kasi as we evolve talaga, no? Ngayon, more on aware naman kasi ang students and children because of social media. So, yan, we need to consider na because of the changes of the times, siguro dapat explore din natin na nag-evolve na din ang children. Hindi na sila as innocent as before. Yan, hindi talaga siya maiwasan. So, I think we need to explore that possibility, no, na babaan din talaga ang threshold.
Okay. So, I'm down to the last few questions on our difficult round. Easy round pa din. Kasi, here in Davao City, meron ba tayong data with regards sa mga ating mga minors or school children with regards to violence or bullying? Do we have data from the DepEd or the city schools?
I believe meron po talaga tayong data. Hindi pa lang ako nag-reach out doon to get it. Pero it's very important to know then, to get the data para mag-guided kami sa gagawin namin in the future.
Yes. Do you think na makakatulong yung parang limitahan or bawalan yung ating mga children or our minors? Because I know some other countries like Spain ba or France, basta minor, Australia ba ito nga, dili sila makagamit silang gadgets or cellphone if they cannot just open the accounts. Do we have to go to that extreme? Considering yung mga Pilipinos, grabe kayo mag-social media. Ano sa imong take, Ana?
Ako, I don't think na we need to go there na talaga na parang kamay na bakal na tayo dito. What's more important is i-guide ang children. Kasi hindi naman pwede na i-block natin sila lahat na bawal ang social media, bawal ang phones. They need to improve din.
Yeah.
It's not just naman sa social media nila yan makuha. It's everywhere. So it's better for them to know and know their limitations so that marunong na sila how to handle it, how to navigate the social media, ganun.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other questions?
In addition to what they were saying, as of course, di man nato ikalimot attorneys na ang environment ra ba sa palibot, cause kung asa nagdako ang environment, it will stay on forever. Pero there are times that we can change naman. Especially naman sa mga kanto, we cannot deny yaman siguro rampant ang mga crimes that we already aware of, including mga riot. But syempre, giyan na lang sa atong kaugalingon kung dili madalas syempre sa atong mga ginikanan I hate to say this but tolerable na kaayo in the recent years, no? Marag naanad na sila sa ingani na environment, attorney.
Yeah, oo.
Dili na ikailimot, attorney.
Siguro, for me, kita man ang hamtong, kita man ang models, kita ang tanaw sa atong mga kabataan, siguro medyo mag-jeta-jeta po siguro tagamay sa atong social media, aside from jeta sa pagpapayat, no? Kaning ato ang mga pamalikas siguro, no? Then as a member of the Gender Development Committee sa among kooperatiba, yung respeto not only for the both male and female but the other genders and sexes, then based na kanang walay diskriminasyon sa religion, sa ato ang physical or mental or educational attainment. By the way, to segue to a lighter mode na. Okay, medyo bukat na kayo. I will ask you, what is the difference between biological and environmental?
Biological and environmental? Siguro, for example na lang po sa upbringing, paano ba to? Sa upbringing ng child, siguro, meron talagang parang, kumbaga, kung masama ang ugali niya, yan, biological talaga or nakuha niya ba sa Pero if ang environment niya is okay naman, kaya talaga mag-change. Kuwari, ginadisiplina talaga siya. So, eventually, mawala din yung, manotice niya, aware na siya that yung ginagawa niya is not good. So, ma-change yan siya eventually. So, I think important talaga ang environment factor.
75. Okay lang. Kasi yung aking supposed to be a joke, no?
It's a joke.
Oo, okay. Kung ako, amahan ko, ang akong anak, liwat sa kuha, biological. Oo. Pero kung liwat sa silingan, environmental. Joke lang. But anyway, ganun siguro. Do you have any, do you play any sports or what physical fitness regime do you employ? Kay murag, maintain man kayo ni mong physique.
I actually do running. Sasali din ako soon sa Davao City Trail Ultra na
okay, wow.
Yun.
Pila ka kayo man na siya?
Pero 5K lang ang
5K
register ko
lang.
kasi may kasama kasi ako. So ayoko siya manibago ba na parang 12K agad, ganun.
Ako, 21K.
Oh my God.
21K ang akong sobrang bugat ba nga kwaunon pa. So, ano yan, gabi or umaga na ano?
Ang Trail Ultra is umaga po.
Okay.
Pero when I run, pwede gabi after work or very early before work. So
Okay.
5 to 10K ako anytime.
Ano yun, Strada ba yun? Yung virtual run na parang hindi sila doon pero parang nasa bahay lang. Pwede ba sa treadmill lang ba ito?
Yes,
Ganyan?
pwede naman
Oo.
po kay ano na masyado ang tracker yung Strava,
Oo.
tinatrack niya kung gaano kalayo na ang
okay.
na-run mo.
Oo.
So i-upload mo lang yan. Kaya mayroon nang uso ang virtual runs ngayon.
Yeah, di ba sino ito? Si Dana? Yung kanilang
Yeah,
natapos na
Bridge
ba
to
yun?
Youth Environmental. Tapos na yun.
Tapos na yun. Kasi I have some friends also that have this running. And by the way, I'd like to plug yung aming apps, no? Yung One Feel Sports, yung aming ginagawa kasi yung sa mga kooperatiba, meron tayong mga pang-booking para sa pickleball, basketball, table tennis. But hopefully, it's still on the beta stage, no? Baka sa next natin ng mga episodes, ipapromote natin
Yes,
ito. Then,
sige.
magtulong kami sa inyo na mga pa-download.
Sige.
Natin. Yes. Do you have any other questions, Kadang Pancarlo?
Technically,
Yes,
attorney, humana ka sa imong mga...
Ay, oo. Basta mga abogado, pasensya na yun. Tabian yung kaayo Kadang Pancarlo. Yes. Ayan.
Kaya ang extra nga pangutana
Yes.
na ibayad.
Oo, tapos sa pagid karon ka ng outside the office, double pay. Okay, sige.
So anyway, thank you so much, attorney,
Yes.
for your questions, I believe.